Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a first-time viewer, then welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we are going to start discussing a very popular topic amongst actors, headshots. So popular that this topic needs to be divided into several videos. So this is going to be another series because even though I pack a lot of information into each video, I like to keep them all under 10 minutes. There's just no way we could discuss headshots in under 10 minutes. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything that's coming up. Today is part one, and we are going to be talking about preparing to book your headshot shoot. You will be spending a healthy chunk of money on your headshots. Trust me, even if you go with an inexpensive photographer, there's a lot of stuff that adds up. I want to help you plan ahead so that you don't waste your money. Nobody wants to waste money. We got things to buy. Okay, let's get moving. Before you even start to look at different photographers, you need to decide for yourself how many looks you want to get. Most photographers do their pricing by number of looks in the session. Some don't, some do it hourly, or they have different ways of doing their pricing, but most headshot photographers do their pricing by number of looks. Now that can be anywhere from 1 look to 10 or more looks. That sounds crazy, but you know, it does happen. Now, even if your photographer doesn't do it that way, you still need to know for yourself how many looks you want to get so that you don't arrive at your headshot shoot and just no plan for what you want to do that day, and then you totally waste your time and money. In case you are wondering what looks are all the different There's no other way to say it. They're all the different looks that you want to have for your headshots. So one of them might be your sexy look. One might be your casual look. One might be your business look. This applies to both men and women. You know, men might have a more casual, dad look and a flannel shirt and a beard, and then you shave in your headshot shoot, and then you throw on a suit and have your business look. You loosen up your tie and take off the jacket, and it's more of a more casual business look. And of course, if you want to spend conservatively, or maybe this is your first headshot shoot, then just book 1 or 2 looks and just get the 2 looks that you really think are most important at the time. Maybe you're basic girl or guy next door, and then a business one. Another thing you have to decide is whether you are shooting commercial or theatrical shots. Some photographers are really good at one or the other, and some are really good at both. And you might need both, or you might need just one or the other. You will need to have a discussion with your representation, your agent, or your manager, or both if you have both, and find out what they want from you in your headshot shoot. They are the ones that are seeing what roles are being cast every day, so they're gonna have a really good idea for your type, what looks that you need to have pictures of so that you can get called in to as many auditions as possible. Now, if you don't have representation, you need to right now just really focus on getting a photo that looks like you. I mean, obviously it's gonna be a good version of you, but make sure that it looks like you, because this is the photo that you'll be sending to agents and managers trying to get representation. Nothing is more frustrating to them than when someone walks in the door and they don't look at all like their picture. And whether it's on your own or with your representation team, you need to figure out what it is that you sell the best. I will have a whole video dedicated to what you sell. So basically, when you walk into a room, what is the first thing that people think when they see you? Do you best sell smart, bookworm, science guy? Or do you really sell casual, funny, stoner friend guy? Or do you sell superhero, hot, sexy girl? What is that thing that you do best that makes the most sense to people when they look at you? And make sure you at least capture that in your looks. So once you know how many looks you want to get, go ahead and start researching photographers. I will, of course, provide you with a list of great photographers down in the description box below, but make sure you also check out some lists of LA or New York or wherever's best photographers from whatever sources you can find online, like backstage.com. Keep in mind, I have not shot with all of these people. A lot of them I have shot so many headshots in my life. It's disgusting. I mean, I could cry over the amount of money I've spent on headshots, but either they have a really good reputation or I know somebody that has shot with them and is really happy with their stuff. Now, of course, you are gonna find a huge amount of options of photographers out there. I mean, the truth is anybody can be a photographer, but it's really important to check ratings and check references and check their Instagram and their website and make sure their photos are really in line with what you are aiming for. You'll notice that each photographer really has their own kind of style. Some have a go-to look that they do for all their clients, which is in front of a brick wall or something. Some tend to shoot outdoors with nature in the shots. Some like to shoot in studio. Some like to have a very plain, crisp, simple background. There really are tons of different photographers out there and lots of different styles. And like I kind of mentioned before, some are really good with commercial stuff and some are really good with more theatrical stuff. In case you're not sure the difference between commercial looks and theatrical looks, it'll become pretty clear to you as you check it out. Commercial tends to be a little bit brighter, a little bit bit more personality. You're selling more of a very specific thing. Although I will say that commercial headshots these days, and commercials themselves, I'm sure you've noticed, are less like, you know, commercially and more real life. So not everything with commercials these days is so like poppy and overexpressed. The trend right now is actually very toned down for commercials. So keep that in mind if you book a commercial headshot shoot. Don't think that means that you have to be like, I'm definitely getting off topic here. What I was saying is that when you are researching photographers, there'll be a lot of different options. There will also be a huge range of pricing that you'll find. Some photographers charge as low as $150 for 2 to 3 looks. Some charge $1,000 and up. Yep, $1,000 and up. They can get away with that because, of course, they're really good and they've probably been voted top headshot photographer for several years in a row. But remember, just because one photographer is more expensive than another doesn't make them better. And that really expensive photographer, you might not even like their style. So don't think that just because they're the most expensive, they are the cream of the crop, the very best for you. It may be tough, but you can find a really, really great headshot photographer, maybe even someone who's just starting their business, but they are really, really talented and they're not that expensive. It is possible. Lighting is everything. A good photographer has their lighting down, and a lot of times that does come with experience. I would say the average price for a good, solid headshot photographer who's been around for a long time, where you're really guaranteed to get great shots, for 2 to 3 looks, you're gonna spend around $400 to $600 for the session. That's pretty much the average going rate for a great photographer. Oh, also, when you are looking at their websites and their Instagrams at their work, just know that naturally every photographer is showing their best work. So if you're looking at someone's website and their stuff is like, okay, and there's a couple shots that you're like, oh, that's good. No. Or if they only have like 5 photos on their website as samples for you to look at, I mean, unless they're gonna shoot you for free in order to build their portfolio, fine, but oh, that brings me to another point. If this is not like a widely known photographer that has a really big website and has lots of reviews, and I mean, really, even if they do, ladies and men, maybe bring someone with you to meet them for the first time, because you just never know. I mean, I personally have not run into any creeps or weirdos or anything like that, but I mean, look out for yourself. Take someone with you. And also don't forget to check for deals on pricing on their website. Or you might be at your acting studio and some headshot photographer has dropped off a stack of postcards and it says like, you know, with the postcard you get a discount on your headshots, or maybe you know someone who shot with them, you can ask for a deal. Most of them, yes, their pricing is pretty firm, but never be afraid to ask if they have any deals going on and save yourself some dollar bills. Because you're gonna need that money for retouching your headshots and printing them and so on and so on and so on. And now it's time to book your session. How exciting! You're going to need to put down a deposit, and some photographers have a very long wait list. Some can get you in like that week, and some it can be a 1 or 2 month wait list if they're really popular. So don't wait till the last minute to book your shoot. Make sure that you do your research and then have money ready for a deposit, and you're good to go. And that's all for today, you guys. That is enough to get you started on your headshot journey. I have so much more to tell you, so don't forget to tune in to next week's videos and the weeks after that and the weeks after that so that you can find out everything you need to know about headshots. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.